Hey guys, welcome to Overkicker. It's Rob. Today we're going to talk about what's on everybody's mind. The coronavirus. Or rather, how to stay sane in your damn house if you're laid off. Check it out. And we're back. Okay, so for those of you who are affected by the coronavirus, i.e. out of work, like myself, who, I'm a chef, so I cook for sororities, fraternities, blah, blah, blah. They are obviously not coming back in my state, probably for the rest of the year, which means that I am at a loss. I am out of money. Well, out of money, but I still have money. I have another person in my household that's going to obviously be able to help me. We're just going to have to really cut back on everything we're doing. Plus, we're saving for a wedding. Yes, I know. Thank you. Thanks for the congratulations. I appreciate it. But with this, there's supposed to be a stimulus package happening in the United States. There's the possibility of my company getting another stimulus package that will, on top of what the government wants to give me, will bring it back around to give me my pay for the rest of the school year, which would be super helpful. Real helpful. So some of the things that I would recommend doing to kind of keep your sanity, find a TV show that you have never seen and really get into it. Just embrace it and just watch it as much as you can. If you're not one of those that can sit down and watch the same thing, like the same series over and over and over again, you have to break it up. I would say watch probably 4 episodes of the TV show, then watch a movie. Then around that time you'll probably be tired. So if you haven't eaten dinner, I would recommend eating dinner. Now's a good time to to test some fun new recipes. Stock up on your frozen stuff, stock up on your dry goods. You don't necessarily need to stock up on water, but it would be probably a good idea if you had like a water filter, like a pitcher with a water filter in it or something like that, just in case. Make sure you guys stay healthy. Sitting in your house for however many months is not going to be good for you, so get some vitamin D, get out in the sun somehow. Even if it means just opening the windows and sitting in front of the window, get some vitamin D. Pardon the noise in the background, that's actually my dishwasher, and it sometimes sounds like the Terminator ominous music in the background, which is good effect, I guess. But this is, even though that a lot of people are saying it's not super serious, I mean, it kind of is. You have to be careful. Make sure that you distance yourself properly from your elderly relatives. Like I can't go see I'm off work, but I can't go see my mom and dad because my mom is immunocompromised and my father is also somewhat immunocompromised, but they're both, past the age of 50. I can't go see my grandparents, which kills me. My grandma just had, a little tumble, and, it really sucks not being able to go see her. So I'm more worried about them and their respiratory abilities than I am about, going and seeing them and telling them I love them, because I can call them and tell them that. With my mom and dad, it's tough because they're in my mom and dad, my grandma and grandpa, they're all in different states, so it gets a little shitty to not be able to go and see them and tell them everything's going to be okay. I've been in contact with my mom and dad, and I tell them, I say, just make sure that you're stocked up on food, make sure that you've got your purification thing for your well water, because they live on a well. They have a good amount of land. They live on a well. Another hard one is, I can't hang out with my friends, so I know that it gets difficult when there's when you're trying to socially distance yourself. I went over to Tanner's last night. My state just issued a shelter-in-place order, so that's probably the last time I'm going to be able to see him until April 7th or 8th or whatever. Our friend Catherine, Dom's fiance, she's been coming over. Hopefully she continues to, because it helps break up the monotony of it just being me and Emily. And the crazy part about that is that, last week, she would have been in California for a conference, and it got canceled. And then the university that we both essentially work for has become essential personnel only, which is her, because of experiments that she does. She has to be there to take care of her mice and check them and stuff like that. But they recommend her not being in lab on a regular basis because they're worried about the spread of it. There's been 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus 19 here, COVID-19, on campus. So we are doing everything we can to distance ourselves. The craziest part about that, and I'm going to say this as nicely as possible, the craziest part about that is that they have to stay open because we've decided to shut our borders. So we have a lot of international students who cannot go home. There's some that, we have a very large Chinese population on campus, Chinese students, and there's no way they're going home anytime soon. Hopefully we can get this worked out. Hopefully if I'm honest with you, I think the United States as a whole needs to say fuck it and put us on a 2 or 3 week lockdown, with the exception of personnel that have to be outside. I think it would be the best option to save everyone the heartache of having a loved one get this. And it's not just, the shitty part about it, guys, is that it's not just the older people that are affected. There are also some younger people who didn't maybe know that they were immunocompromised, that have gotten this, and they've needed to be intubated. And it's just, it's a terrible thing. So try to keep active to yourself. Go on walks as long as you're not with big groups of people. You should be fine. If you have a dog, go outside and play with your dog. If you have kids, take your kids out in the backyard, let them play. If you don't have a backyard, take them to the park, but make sure that they wash their hands. Make sure you give them sanitizer. Make sure you give them a bath and you take a shower when you get home. Try not to be an asshole and just take a lot of random shit from the grocery stores. I understand that people are panicked. I understand that people are worried that everything's going to completely shut down. You're not going to be able to go to the store. That's not the case. I don't understand the buying of toilet paper to the extent that people were doing it. Like, I think a case of toilet paper, like a normal 12-roll case will last you through this unless you have the world's most frequent bowel movements. The people that I've seen pictures of people taking pictures of their neighbors that go to Costco's and Sam's Clubs and buy out all of the 3 packs of the Clorox wipes and shit like that and stock them into their garage so that they can resell them later at a higher price. Cool. That's a great idea, except for the fact that people actually need those. to make sure that we don't spread the coronavirus. So don't be a fucking prick and do stupid shit like that. You know, think about other people. You know, you want to... The two things that are the hardest to find right now are toilet paper and Clorox wipes, and I think that's fucking ridiculous. Of all the things, you know, I know that a lot of places with freeze-dried food have sold out, like Mountain House and stuff like that. They're selling out of their foods. Places with ammo, which, you know, whatever. You want to be prepared, I get it. If something really, really bad happens and you have to hunt, I get it. You know, somebody tries to take your shit, I get it. But, you know, invest your time and your money into something else. Stop fucking over people, especially elderly people who actually should have those wipes, as opposed to you who can just, you know, use a basic cleaner, or just wash your fucking hands like a human being. Toilet paper wise, you know, there are people out there that need toilet paper because they didn't stock up on it like you did. You know, they still need a case of toilet paper to get them through this, as opposed to 850 rolls of toilet paper that you fucking took for some stupid fucking reason. You know, if you guys can, you know, stop buying bottled water. This is just coming from someone who plans things out pretty well. I'm not seeing our water filtration systems going down. Our large city water supplies going down. Aquifers in general will probably not go down unless something happens and it explodes. I mean, even in like the worst natural disasters, there's still ability to get fresh water in the United States. You don't need to buy 30 cases of bottled water. That's just not... Buy soda. There's plenty of soda. Elderly people shouldn't be out right now, if I'm honest. I think that grocery stores, because right now grocery stores are making fucking a shitload of money. And that's the truth. They are making a lot of money right now. The least they could do is offer free delivery service to anybody over a certain age, over the age of 45 or something like that doesn't want to go out, that really shouldn't go out. My local Meijer, they were doing the right thing. They had a guy literally standing there with a pair of gloves on, spraying and sanitizing every cart that came in and handing them off to people after he was wiping them down and making sure that every inch of the handle and, you know, where you would normally touch it were wiped down. The guy did a great job. But I saw so many people who were over the age of 50 that should not have been out, especially around that many people. You know, I carry sanitizer on me every time that I touch something outside of, you know, the cart or something like that. I put sanitizer on. It's just all about taking the precaution. You know, let's talk about some other things that you can do to bide your time. If you like to play games, board games are fun, card games are fun, console games are fun, computer games are fun. Do all of that shit. Do all of that. You know, just mix it up. If you're somebody that gets antsy, I get really antsy because, you know, I usually work 6 days a week and, you know, it's 10 to 12 hour days every day. So, I get antsy. Don't do what I just did. Don't do it. Don't touch your nose and then touch other things. But I get really antsy, so I find myself sometimes pacing the apartment, which, you know, pisses off my fiance sometimes, which I get it, because it would piss me off too if somebody was just walking back and forth. But I find that if you stretch, if you find ways to do some sort of calisthenic exercise, it helps. I also like to make lists, so I do inventory of the foods that we have, of, you know, supplies that we have, stuff like that. So, you know, that's another thing that can help keep you pretty sane in this situation. just be safe, be smart, don't do stupid shit. Don't hang out with a bunch of people. That's how it spreads. Is you have a bunch of people that are together that shouldn't be together. You don't know if somebody has COVID-19. The only way that you can find out if somebody has COVID-19 is if they start showing signs, and not everyone shows signs, and it takes up to 2 weeks to show any signs. So you have a dry cough, you have a fever or something like that. You need to. I would wait. Before I went to the doctor, I would make sure that it's not just like a seasonal cold, because like right now in March, 2 days ago it was fucking 55 degrees outside. Now it's snowing. So, with a change in, it's not the temperature itself that causes you to get sick. I understand that, but with the change in temperature, it does compromise your immune system in a way that it allows you to get sick faster. So the germs make you sick as opposed to the cold weather itself. But the cold weather itself can aid in that. If you have any more suggestions, guys, put them on down in the bottom. Like, subscribe, hit that little bell at the bottom. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. If you want to support the craziness that we are here at Dwarven Kegger, please don't be afraid to hit us up in that Patreon link below. We have cigar videos. We have budget booze videos, we have beer review videos, and we have my rants. As of right now, unfortunately, for Mr. Dominic, our cigar guy, we have discussed it, and we're in a consensus that he shouldn't smoke any cigars right now. Smoking is another thing that lowers your immune system and can cause you to get sick. So he works around people. Job hasn't shut down yet. Still quite a few people coming in. So it's important that he do everything he can to stay healthy. So we've discussed it amongst the channel, and we are 100% supportive of him not posting another video anytime soon. He's not making any videos anytime soon. That is. If you guys have any questions for me, I can try to answer them. I know quite a bit about this, but I don't know everything about this. If you guys need some ideas on recipes, I can help you with that. Just comment down below. If you guys are very prepper minded and you're worried about the government taking over and not having enough ammunition, and you need to know what you can do to help barricade your home better or whatever, I can help with that. That's Tanner. I'm pretty good at that. But that aside, please stay safe, guys. Please don't get around a bunch of people. Wash your hands. Take showers regularly. Use hand sanitizer if you have to go out. If you don't have hand sanitizer, just make sure you wash your hands when you get home. Preferably hand sanitizer so you're not spreading it inside your car, because it can live on surfaces longer than 24 hours. So let's all be vigilant. Let's all be good to each other, and let's all make sure that we are taking the proper precautions. Until next time, guys. Cheers.